Welcome back to another video. As you can probably see, we're on the B1 Titan X 2-wheel drive. It's a really fun board. It's got a lot of really cool little features and a couple of things that are different from other boards. They haven't followed the trend, and they've, I guess, stuck to their guns on a couple of other things, which I really respect and like. So let's sit back. It's going to take about 8-10 minutes, talk about the board, show you what I like, show you the one thing I don't like, and yeah, just have some fun. Here we go.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?
The basics out of the way. The motors are dual 6374 belt drive. We'd expect nothing less. I think it's the norm these days. Luckily it's the norm these days, should I say. You know, these 6374s really do perform nicely with a 9028 Hobbywing ESC, and that's what this board's got. It's got the new 9028 Hobbywing. It is slightly customized. It has good brakes. I'll show you the braking in 3, 2, 1. So you can lock those back tires up if you want to, which is a nice safety mechanism, just peace of mind that you know you can stop really quickly if you need to. Now the board is carbon fiber. It's a forged carbon weave or pattern. Pattern's probably a better word, not weave. Forged carbon pattern. It's the same deck as their 4-wheel drive. It's a comfortable deck. It does a good job. Let me show you it. Now, the deck itself is, well, there's nothing super special about it. It's a good electric skateboard deck. It's reasonably comfortable to ride. It lacks a little bit of concave on the side, but it has a nice little bit of W in the middle. Not much. The drop down is what I'd probably call a micro drop down. It is there. It's enough to lock your feet in really comfortably. Like I'm pushing my foot on that front drop down right now. And it does a good job. Now the trucks is one thing I'm really happy with. They've stuck with the traditional Kingpin trucks, and these trucks are, well, they're just lovely. Like I can easily sit on 40-45 kilometers per hour, have no wobbles, and still do a gentle or a deep carve. It's just, I don't know, these trucks just make sense to me for my style of riding. So I'm really happy they've stuck with the traditional Kingpin trucks. Now the ESC, as I mentioned at the beginning, is the 9028. Oh, puppy. Dogs every time. The ESC 9028 from Hobbywing. It's the industry standard now, I think, for these commercial boards, these production boards. It's a good ESC, and companies can quite easily, it seems, get it customized, because we are seeing some with a lot more power, a lot more amps, stronger brakes, weaker brakes, and so on. This one, I can tell you, is customized, well, really nicely. It's got good acceleration and it has really nice braking. The remote has one thing that I'm not sure about, and we're going to test it towards the end. This is the 2-wheel drive one, and if you go into the menu by clicking it 5 or 6 times, it'll still let me adjust the brakes. Now, this might not actually be a feature. It might just be the ESC programming from the 4-wheel drive, which you can adjust the brakes on, but we'll test that very soon. But yeah, ESC 9028, really smooth, really responsive. 4 speed modes, 1, 2, 3, and then a triple click to access turbo. Okay, I'm going to quickly stop to talk about the battery, because this is one of the big differentiators from this and pretty much every other mid-tier to high-tier quality board that's getting produced at the moment, and that's the battery. This is not running multi-cell P42s or M50s, actually running LG cells. Now, I've done a little bit of research into these cells, and they're kind of like the underdog. They perform really well, they've got good specs, and from the couple of people I've asked who understand batteries, they say this is a good choice. The benefit for not going for the standard moly cell is you actually get a higher watt hours, which means this really does turn into quite the range board. Now it's in a 13S 4P configuration, and the LG cells, I'm gonna use my phone here because I'm so used to saying P42, I might accidentally say the wrong thing. Now the batteries, it's an LG M50 LT, it's a 21700 of course, 20 amp hours, 936 watt hours. So by going for the LG cells, these ones apparently have a 15 amp discharge rate and 5,000 milliamps per cell. Now there's 52 cells in there, as I said, 13S 4P. Coming in over 900 watt hours is no mean feat. Now they claim this will have very little battery sag, but again, I don't know much about these cells, so if you are a battery expert, honestly, I welcome your comments down below. Is it a good decision? Is it a bad decision? Is it just a neutral decision? Let me know, comment down below. If you know batteries, if you actually know what you're talking about, I'd love you to comment to help me, but also help the audience, because I've never heard of this cell, but these guys seem to really believe in it. So let's test out this adjustable braking and see if it actually works, because I'm cynical. I know it definitely works on the four-wheel drive, but I don't think, I have a feeling I read somewhere or someone told me that it doesn't work on the two-wheel drive. So I'm gonna come along here. I'm gonna stop at the very end of this traffic island. The first one I'm gonna do at 100% braking. The second one I'm gonna do at 50% braking, and we'll see if there is actually a difference. Here we go. And I'm gonna aim to be doing 25 kilometers per hour. So first test, 100%, second test, 50%, both times 25 kilometers per hour. Braking, right here. All right, here we go, and 25, and brake. Woo, okay, so I'm probably out of frame. Right there, my front wheels are exactly in line with that white line, as you can see there. As here we go, you probably can't see it because of the flicker of the screen, but there's 48, 49, that is 50%, hopefully you can see it, and hit select. Okay, so braking is now at 50%. All right, here we go. Not very scientific, I know, but we'll soon see if there's a big difference. Okay, there is 25, and brake. Oh yeah, it is adjustable, look at that. Instantly feel the difference. So, adjustable brakes on the TYNEE. This is a fun board. All right, so we almost just had a bit of an accident through my own fault. I forgot I had set the brakes to 50%. I came screaming down towards the intersection, hit the brakes, and I was like, that's not stopping like I remember it. So we're gonna quickly stop, adjust the brakes back to 50%, back to 100%, sorry. I might go 80%. I don't wanna keep locking them up because I know I'll just wear out those beautiful tires, those Hota tires. We'll adjust the brakes back to 80%, keep riding. We're gonna do an acceleration test next. Now that we've used a little bit of battery, I always like to burn a bit of battery off first to give it really a true world indication. You know, if I come at 100%, gee, that gave me a fright. If we come out at 100%, it's, you know, best case scenario. But we've done 2 or 3K now, so we've taken the top off that battery. We'll do an acceleration test now, and we'll see how it performs, see how fast it feels. Now I'm in Carindale, so I'm going to quickly take a break from the test, the video, and go and get a new microphone because my lapel mic broke probably 3, 4, 5 weeks ago and I need a new one. So Let's take a pause here. I'm gonna go and get a lapel mic and we'll be back in 5-10 minutes. Here we go. All right, a little bit of a bust there. They didn't have the TRS, they only had the TRRS. So no lapel mic today. We'll keep looking tomorrow. A couple of the boring specs about the board. It only weighs 13 kilos, which for a 20 amp hour board, carbon fiber dual 6374 motor, that's not much. 13 kilos is very, very nice. But the kicker is it'll take a 150 kilo rider. So the load limit is 150 kilos. It's a reasonably lightweight board. It's definitely lightweight for the performance you're getting, but it can take a very heavy rider. And again, that comes down to that forged carbon weave or pattern. It's just a nice decision. Yep. I wear glasses when I ride. I'm crying. I've got tears in my eyes from the wind. Now, one important thing to note, two important things to note actually, about the TYNEE. The 9028 on this board, it doesn't have the standard cruise control where you can go at a certain speed and push the power button quickly once, like tap it, and it locks you in at that speed. It doesn't have that, but it does have reverse, just as an FYI, because I just tried to set it to put my glasses on. Let me just try again, make sure I'm not wrong. No, so I'm in speed mode 3 now. I thought maybe turbo was affecting it. Snakes along here and dogs. Okay gang, super quick acceleration test. We are 19 kilometers into the ride, so we've definitely not got a full battery. We're 1 bar down so far. I've got the phone in the pocket capturing speed. Hopefully it's working, you never know till you finish. But let's just give it a little blip there. Now, we're gonna go straight in here and we're not gonna go for top speed. I should make that very clear. We're not going for top speed because I don't have any of my pads on. We're just gonna go for acceleration. So you can see that acceleration on the screen. Here we go. Okay, can I make sure I'm facing forward? Yes. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Okay, nice bite, good jump. Straight up to a really respectable speed. Really quite fast. And I'm gonna stop there. That is not full speed by any stretch of the imagination. Has a really nice kick to this thing. Let me just get the phone out of the pocket and see what we achieved. Okay, so 41.4. Not about that number, it's about how quickly we got there. But that 41.4, I think it was, we achieved that in a matter of, I don't know, 80 meters roughly. But how fast it got there. This has got a really nice kick to it, especially off the line. Now, it's not gonna beat, a full drive board, but it will definitely challenge the Zeus and the Hurricane, all those other boards that are running very similar ESC settings, 6374 motors. It's gonna give it a good sort of challenge, especially off the line. Where this board will beat both of those boards is range.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
Alright guys, and that brings us to the end of the first ride and review on the TYNEE from B1. Well, I'm very, very impressed. I really like the decisions they've made on this board. It performs really nicely, and yeah, just a good all-round electric skateboard. Now, there will be a discount code down below. It's an affiliate discount code, so it costs you nothing extra. It saves you money, but also gives me a little bit of money to keep running and supporting this channel. So if you do choose to use it, thank you. You're awesome. So let's really quickly do the SWOT analysis on the Titan X. The very first one is these Hoter tires. I'm so happy that a lot of brands are starting to move to these tires because they're just so sticky and so fun to use. The next big one I really like is the 6374 motors. These things are just very, very responsive. They don't overheat. You can just punish them and they just keep on going. The battery, I really like the battery choice. Again, I don't know enough about it to say it's the best battery in the world. It probably isn't. But to have 20 amp hours or over 900 watt hours, it just makes sense on this type of board because I feel like this is going to be a real commuter or cruiser board. With those traditional Kingpin trucks, it just makes sense. The next big one is the 9028 Hobbywing ESC. Because of that, we've obviously got the built-in tail light. We've got the adjustable brakes, which I'm so happy to see. You saw the test we did. It made a big difference going from 100 to 50%. So those adjustable brakes, massive, massive tick. Now let's really quickly talk about weaknesses. Are there any? Well, there's really only one. It's not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. You can't pick the board up by the front trucks and walk with it, or I can't at 6 foot. The motors or the tail guard, something at the back there hits the ground. You need to carry it by the rear motors. Now that's quite normal in this day and age with the 6374 motors, but I think with an extra couple of mil degree on that motor mount, it would probably solve that. Now really quickly, opportunities. There's one opportunity as well for this board, and it's saying, again, it's very, very minor. It's saying I'm definitely going to do this board probably next week, and that's upgrade the bushings. The bushings on this board I just do not like. They don't feel responsive. They feel a little bit sort of left, center, right. Left, center, right. There's no just really nice flow. Now, once you've ridden it for, like we've done 20K today, 22K I think now, you get used to it. You can get a really nice carve going. But I think out of the box, it would be really nice if they had just a slightly better bushing. I'm not saying a softer bushing or a harder bushing. It just needs a better bushing. This one just doesn't feel quite right. And the last one, really quickly before the battery dies, is threats. Are there any threats on the board? No, we've had no ghost accelerations, no issues, no cutouts. Nothing like that. It's just a good performing electric skateboard with great acceleration, great brakes, nice deck, good sized battery, and just all around fun to ride. Okay, gang, let's end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you've enjoyed this content, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you like what you've seen, hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you get updates of when I upload my next video. We've got loads coming, including a road legal electric motorbike, which will do 110K an hour. We've got some really, really cool electric skateboards coming. So guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video. Yo!
Scotty. Who's Scotty?
Any tips? Any tips you got?
I won't make it easy for you now. You got to make
Hello. Always say hello to the walkers, especially the old ladies. You say hello, it surprises them, and they can't help but smile. Trust me, you try it next time. And I saw Eastgate Unity's confrontation recently with that Karen. Now there's probably no turning her. She was just a grumpy woman. But if you're going along, you see a lady coming towards you, or even an older person, hey mate, always just give them a smile and say g'day, or hello, how are you? No, raise your voice, take your tone up, less threatening. Trust me, it goes a long way, even with police.